Now, yesterday I made a video about a football team in Ohio that may or may not have been involved in gang raping a woman over the course of one night, taking photos of said violations, and even uploading a video, or at least having a video that was hacked thanks to Anonymous, that seems to show two guys bragging about having sex with an unconscious woman against her will. I talked about how this sickens me. I talked about how oftentimes when it happens to involve a very popular sport, especially amongst schools, things like this tend to just be offhandedly waved because we don't want to mess up our season. We can't stop everything because some whore cries rape, and so on and so forth, and how absolutely disgusting it is, and is absolutely one of many of the elements of the rape culture, which will be included in a future video series speaking specifically on said rape culture. Well, things have gotten real. Steubenville rape case prompts official website. Ohio authorities try to dispel rumors in high school case. A case involving rape allegations against two high school footballers in Steubenville, Ohio, has grown so volatile that the city and police officials have taken the unusual step of launching a website. Here, to lay out the facts, reports AP. The allegations themselves are awful. At least two 16-year-old boys are accused of repeatedly assaulting a passed-out girl at various parties as others looked on. It first came to national attention last month in the New York Times. Honestly, I didn't notice that. But the case took on a whole new dimension when the hackers of Anonymous posted a video purported to show another male making crude jokes about the night. You can see it here via the Atlantic Wire, which reports that the teen in the video might be in trouble in his new college. Ohio State, as a result, for a larger overview of the entire case and recent developments, see Slate. So you can clickety-click on the little links down in the article itself. I'm probably going to try to well verse myself in this because I'm actually reminded of the rather terrible Seinfeld ending. Now, I know there are some people who will defend the ending of the series Seinfeld to a hilt, and I would admit, up until the very, very end of the show, I very much enjoyed that last episode. It was genius what they did until they ended it the way they did. But Seinfeld brings up a very, very good point to some degree, though I think it's a bit extreme. That being bystander laws. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act as if they were like, hey, everybody, hey, gather around. We're raping a bitch. Again, I know bitch is a bad word and I shouldn't be using it on this channel, but let's keep this in context of what people might think when they hear as people looked on. Observant people would notice the girl was unconscious and therefore not able to give consent. And no, I'm sorry. Unless you have prior consent, and even then, if alcohol or drugs are involved, it kind of nullifies the contract when the girl is passed out. Now, am I going to say that all the people in those cases have to be prosecuted? That's a very gray area and a very complex topic, as is this. But if people knew this girl was passed out and they were onlookers, they were almost cheering on the fact that this person was finger banging, as I heard, and in some cases sexual intercourse with this woman when she had no ability to give consent, then we've got a problem here. Then I think bystander laws should be enacted. But I think that these people should be questioned. I think we need to take it on a case-by-case basis with bystanders. If they truly did not know or realize that this girl was passed out, Because again, I don't think these guys just walked around being like, "Woo, we're on a whirlwind party tour, raping up everybody in here, starting with this bitch." No, obviously not. But I don't know. There's a lot of conversations that we need to have when it pertains to this topic here. And I would not employ polygraphs. Polygraphs, as I've spoken about on my other channel, which will probably be ported over in my pedophilia research video series that I had recently not too recently wrapped up. Polygraphs are useless. They are absolutely useless. Same things with plethysmographs, which are supposed to be a polygraph for your penis. They have no scientific basis. They measure body reactions, but some people, like myself, are naturally nervous, whether they are guilty or not. I probably would not pass a polygraph test if somebody asked, is it true that at 12:10 a.m. did you have an energy drink? I would probably say yes, and they would probably construe that as a lie based off of my bodily reactions. Despite the fact that you've seen me quote my time stamp, as well as you've seen me lift up the drink there. This is one of the few I've had in a very long time. For those of you who are keeping score, I have given up a lot of caffeine and tried to drink almost no caffeinated products, except for now and again. I've treated those as treats, but again, I'm getting off topic here. But if people knew, if people not only knew but they watched, if people not only knew but they watched and they maybe even cheered on or facilitated this, that they are guilty of a crime. That there's no gray area there. But proving that is so much harder. But I would say if there are bystanders to this that watched the rape, watched who did it, obviously, see, this is where my anger at boys clubs come in, because if people think that football teams are more important, or football in general is more important than the life of this girl, the possible damage that they did to this girl by raping her while she is unconscious is more important, that the team is more important than this girl's rights, then trying to get a straight confession or any sort of conviction from any of these bystanders is going to be next to impossible. And that, my friends, is support of rape. That, my friends, is support of rape culture. And it's disgusting. Rape is a rape is a rape. And I am going to address at future times when I get into talking about rape culture, false rape, and how that also hurts us all. And it's disgusting. Because especially if a man is accused, even if the charges are proven false, I have several people who I've interviewed in my research on rape who were accused of false rape. It was proven completely false. But the damage to their social life, to their ability to get a job and things of this nature was horribly, horribly, and needlessly damaged. And that's, you cannot rationalize that any part of that, whether it's a real rape or a false rape, is okay. Our rape capacity in terms of justice and law is broken. And that's not even getting into the military and how they handle rape, by mainly saying that they're not responsible if they put you in a barracks with a situational rapist and you get raped, whether you're a man or a woman. And as I've talked about, I tend to avoid prison because I don't like getting raped. I can't imagine in my case it would be a very pleasant experience. So why, if the U.S. military cannot guarantee that I'm not going to get raped by my bunkmate, would I ever think of joining the military? Well, like I said, this is one piece of a huge talk that is long overdue in this country, and it's a talk I plan to start having with us.